Alright, y'all, and welcome back. In this video, I want to go ahead and talk about the instrument section found right here in the lower right-hand corner of the interface. For starters, you'll see that you have a super pad that is velocity sensitive, just like the ones found in the classic view. There is a fader. We have solo and mute options. Right here, we have the ability to choose the instrument that we want to edit. In addition, we have the articulations to choose from by this drop-down menu. Should we decide that we want to edit the articulation only, there is an option for that. You simply engage the button. And then right here, you'll see that there's an area that displays the key note for that particular instrument and articulation. You'll see the note changes depending upon the articulation and the instrument that you choose. Now, there is an option you can choose here in the Settings tab to have the MIDI keys shown as numbers. All right, and that'll give you the ability to view the MIDI keys as numbers instead of notes, but I like keeping mine as notes. But whatever works for you, that's what you need to do. And last but definitely not least, this section offers the ability to do some MIDI mapping. This comes in very handy if you have eDrums or an external controller or something like that, and you want to customize things. To give you a very basic example, let's say that I would like an additional snare center hit on D#1. So then I could press the Learn button and simply click D#1 on my keyboard. And now there we go. I've got D1 and D#1. Now, again, it comes in really handy if you have eDrums and you want to go ahead and map something to a certain kit piece or whatnot. Now, I bet so far you're thinking, man, this seems like a pretty basic section. And you're right, it really is. What you see is what you get. However, in my humble opinion, this is one of the more important sections because right here, this is where you begin editing your kit pieces. For example, this entire right-hand column, which we're about to cover in a moment, is directly reflected by the instrument and the articulation that you have decided to choose. So it is a very important section. Now, you're not just limited to choosing your instrument right here in this drop-down menu. You can do as I have shown in past videos, right-click or control-click a kit piece. You can choose multiple pieces by holding down the Shift key on your keyboard. If you're on a PC, you can control-click, or if you're on a Mac, you can command-click any kit piece, and it will choose them all for you. So you have more than one way that you can choose a kit piece, and I just wanted to share that with you right quick. Now I want to show you a little bit about articulation and editing articulations only, okay? Let's go ahead and choose a snare drum real quick, and here you'll see we have the center articulation, which means that any edits that we're going to make will affect the snare drum as a whole, okay? Not just the articulation. For example, if I decide to bring the volume of that snare drum down, as you can hear, the volume fader will do so. However, if I want to edit a certain articulation within the snare drum, let's say, for example, that my rim shot is a little bit too loud for my taste, okay? All I would do is simply choose the rim shot, engage the Edit Articulation Only button, and then I could go ahead and adjust that fader. However, the rest of the articulations are unaffected. You see that there? Everything else is still the same because I made the decision to edit that particular articulation only. This is extremely helpful and good to know in my opinion. Now, anytime you want to reset a fader back to 0, you can just hold your command button on a Mac or control click on a PC and click that particular fader or knob, okay? And that gives you an idea of what the instrument section does. Now, I want y'all to stick with me because in the next couple of videos, we're going to go ahead and start talking about editing the articulations and stuff, okay? Thanks so much for taking the time to watch this video. I hope I helped you out, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.